Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, it's going to be HyperONE versus Barcode for Game 1 of our Cheese compilation for May 2024. Bottom left of Alcyone, it's going to be Barcode, our red Protoss. And in the top right, a blue Terran player, HyperONE. I feel like that's his main race, but he does play random a lot. He got into Masters fairly recently, so I'm expecting good things from him in this cheese compilation. If you want me to cast your cheese, send the replay to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Brood War. I will send them to my screeners. They will check them out, and if they are suitable for casting, then I will cast it. All right? All right. Make sure it is 7 minutes or less, unless it's very, very exciting past the 7-minute mark, okay? All right. So, Gateway coming up from Barcode, so no cannon rushing a Terran player today. 2 racks opening here, and pulling off. The probe did have a chance to get inside the main base, but he chose to attack the SCV instead of scout. And I feel like that's going to be a point of a little bit of a reason that Protoss loses this game. Oh, yeah, I mean, look at this. This is no gas. Racks, man. Oh, Barcode wishes he knew what this was. He does. He really wishes he knew. But instead of scouting, he went for the SCV kill, didn't get the SCV kill, and now it has no idea what's happening over here. This totally sucks, man. So, we are going to go for a cybernetics core with the gas. Double gas, actually. Oversaturated first gas here from Barcode. Intriguing. Whatever that's all about. And expanding too. Ooh. I don't know. Yeah, he's just doing this blind, man. He's like, yeah, it's probably fine. It's probably just a regular 1 racks expand. He's probably building the command center over here right now. No. No, he is not. I mean, are we going to bring some SCVs over and build some bunkers? HyperONE's been known to do that in the past, for sure. My goodness. So, yeah, army value is 7-2. It's just going to get worse from here. Protoss fans might want to shield their eyes from what's coming. Hey, what is this? Fast Robo. You trying to get an OBS out? Like, are you worried about a Cloak Banshee opening? Do you want to make Immortals against early game Terran? That seems like a weird idea. You're trying to get, like, Colossus out. It's pretty fast to try to get Colossus out, but I guess if you think... You know what? If you think you're being... Oh, this is happening. Colossus would be pretty awesome. I don't think you have time for it, is the problem. Even if you throw down a robotics bay now, you wouldn't get a Colossus out in time to stop what is happening here. This is just all the Marines you can make in the first 3 minutes. 14 of them, 18 SCVs, and it is a party, friends. Here goes nothing. Yeah, 18-7. Remember how I was like, it's just going to get worse? Hey, it is a robotics bay. He had some right ideas, but not right enough. I love these guys. They are blocking. They're blocking the ramp. All right. Yep. So it's Worker versus SCV. SCVs are great fighters. Marines are insanely good here, too. Against Stalkers and against Probes. And, yeah, all the SCVs are dead. So what? And by that I mean not all the SCVs are dead. There's actually 9 SCVs remaining. And depower all this stuff. Neat. So can't build any attacking units at all. All you got left are probes. GG, man. Little 4 minutes. How are you supposed to stop this dumb stuff? You know what? You know how you do it, Barcode. Scout it. Good grief. Scout it. See its 4 racks. Yeah, there you go. There's the bad manner. Yeah, you scout it, you see its 4 racks with no gas, you get a shield battery up, right? You make a bunch of zealots for sure, get some cannons, more shield batteries, maybe set up a bit of a hard wall here, and you can do it, right? Right. Maybe 1 base Colossus. Maybe you don't get a 2nd base at all. Maybe you go 1 base, you don't delay the Robo, you get Robotics Bay, you make a couple Colossus, you micro it well, and you probably just win. But it all starts with scouting. You had a probe at the top of the ramp. You decided to go for the SCV instead of get in here and scout and see what's going on. You got caught by surprise. You had... when did you see this coming? Oh, yeah. Like, not at all. Just did not see this coming at all. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, blind. So, like, you gotta have some kind of scouting, man. You have to see this coming, too, in order to be ready for it. You're just macroing up. Not a shield battery, not a cannon, and bam. This is when you get the notice of what's happening here. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's... No, it's not gonna work out, man. All right. So that's a GG. That is a GG for game 1 from HyperONE. Let's move on to game number 2. Good effort by HyperONE. Gets the win with the effort. And we'll see what game numero 2 has in store for us. Hit that like button. Game 2 is here on Sentinel. It's a 3v3 featuring Falcon Pally. That is me. We do play 3v3 ladder. I play it with Sommy every single Friday here on this channel, a live stream. And we broadcast at twitch.tv/falconpaladin as well. So, top side with an early pool here is Vapor, a red Zerg player. We've got a blue Protoss, his teammate Buck. And we have a blue Terran player, Punkzor, who is sending out 2 SCVs. Team South here is Falcon Pally, the purple Zerg player. We've got a yellow Protoss player, Sommy, with the Serral spinning portrait, and another Protoss player, Ultimate K-Man, who is, did I say he's orange? He's definitely orange. So, 2 SCVs moving out means we're up to no good. Okay, 3 SCVs moving out is extra up to no good here. Where you going, man? Who's the cheesing? I just hatch firsted here at this position. Spawn location here. Your expansion is down here. You can kind of wall this off a little bit easier if you're Protoss, but a Zerg player, once the creep goes down, you can throw down an evolution chamber and a spine and do that. This probe's in here, trying to see what's going on. Somebody pings here and says, my Overlord is accidentally scouting a pylon coming up from the Buck, and 3 proxy racks going down from Punkzor. All right, man. So this is going to be aggressive stuff, man. Punkzor, no gas. Going to be Marines up the wazoo. A Forge here from the Buck, and pool first from Vapor. It's a triple cheese coming our way. Gateway, Photon Cannon, another pylon coming up here, and another pylon on the high ground. Because we're not walling off at all, it turns out. I'm just like, oh boy, this is tough. My pool is now coming in. But how are we going to do this thing? The Buck's got 2 probes down here. Sommy, nice response. Gets his own Forge up. Is going to throw up cannons at the top of the ramp. But that's what these Lings are for. The early Lings start chomping away on the cannons. Going after some of these probes. I don't know if that's the right idea. Ooh, trying to focus down this pylon. The Punkzor throws up a bunker on the high ground here, too. Just kind of swinging Marines in. Gets a bunker on the high ground. Not going after my natural base. Deciding not to do that. And, oh no, the cannons of Sommy are going down. Bad times. Really bad times are being had here. Yeah, and the cannons on the low ground here for Buck are coming up. The Buck's getting more cannons. My Lings pop out. Finally, my hatch first pool timing comes into play here. And we're going to try to take down... Oh my gosh, am I going after that bunker? I guess. I want to take down this cannon so bad. But also, Sommy's cannons need to come up, so I come over here to try to help. I try to help. Buy time for these cannons from Sommy to come up, and I do chase away the Lings of Vapor for just a second. There's a bunker here, so going deeper into that area is a bad idea. The cannon does come in. Huge deal. A Stalker from Ultimate Khan comes in, kills the SCV, building this bunker that's forward from Punkzor. I'm trying to keep my Lings back, trying to keep them in a position just to maybe cover the cannon. There we go. They're slow. They're kind of garbage. I am getting speed, but it's going to take a minute. Speed is done from Vapor. Tries to jump on the cannons. My Lings come in again. Shield battery helping immensely here. Sommy very intelligently making a shield battery here, trying to get another cannon up. The chaos is real, friends. This is looking very, very tough. But are we holding it? Getting your own cannons up is massive. These Marines are trying to just absolutely wipe out. Ow, my Queen goes down. My second base here. There you go. I don't fall up to the bunker there. I'm reinforcing Marines trying to come in. I'm getting a spine crawler, so it's not as easy for Marines to come in through my back door like that. And I'm like, okay, I think Sommy has this. So I send my Lings over. And did I get some? Okay, hang on. Did I drag some Lings up here? After all, did I did. I sent some Lings up here. That might have been an F2A move, unfortunately, but I am just making Lings, man. And is it enough to take down the bunker? There we go. So I do take down this bunker. It's super annoying, but it's gone now. This cannon's got 11 kills. This one has 0. It's fairly new, I guess. But yeah, that 11 kill cannon doing so much work. And then Punkzor tries to lift off and go back home. But guess what? I made a million lings. I might as well use them for something. And instead of worrying about a counterattack, after this attack has been shut down, because look at these stalkers getting healed up, looking good. Somicron, invincible stalkers here. Actually, shield battery ran out of energy. I'm like, do I want to? No, I don't want this. Let's do this. Let's get up here. Oh, there's not anything. Oh, you're trying to go into roaches after making all those zerglings off of one base? Lol. You didn't make anything at all. Trying to tech up. Who do you think you are? Trying to get a Hydra den? Fighting with your drones? Don't do that. Oh, man. Yep. So looking good. Looking good here for Team Falcon Paladin. I run back and see, is there anything to kill back here? Yeah, I guess. Vapor, GG's out. Punkzor, GG's out. And all that's left here is our Protoss. Nope, the Buck is left too. So hang on. Vapor leaves, Buck leaves, and that's it. You're GG. So, woo! That was an aggressive play, but good job getting into Stalkers after getting the cannons up here from Somicron. It was touch and go for a second there, but with the support of my Lings defending the cannons a tiny bit, just giving them that extra little bit of time they needed to finish up. This 11-kill cannon was a huge deal. The shield battery decision here from Somicron was very good too. And then one gas, get a few stalkers out. On the other side of things, Ultimate K-Man was actually not really attacked at all. So he was able to get out 3 gates, get a second base rolling too, and then get a bunch of stalkers out and shut this thing down. My Ling counterattack was great. The Marine stuff here, I don't know if it would have been better for them to kill this natural base. The bunker placement here was a little bit suspect. At the end of the day, it did get wiped out. But yeah, GG. That was great. Really fun hold. Aggressive, tense hold for a minute there. But the Link counterattack wiped out pretty much everything that was going on. I mean, trying to expand after your cheese fails is one heck of a gamble. They all did it. The Buck expanded. Vapor expanded. Making a second command center here is Punkzor. And then when a million Lings show up, you're just going to have a bad time. 29 Lings are not that easy to deal with. 1 kill Spine Crawler. I hoped he would get more than that, but that's okay. Resources lost here. Units lost. 43 of my Lings died. 32 of Vapors. Somicron and Ultimate K-Man were very good. Only losing 1 Stalker apiece is kind of nuts. 17 Marines went down. And then Buck didn't make anything to lose except for cannons, which don't show up in team games, unfortunately, as buildings. But resources lost here. 1,400 for Punkzor, 2,000 for Vapor with all those drones that got killed on the counterattack, and 1,375 for me with 2 queens and 43 Lings. So that's it. That's game 2. Let's go to game number 3, see what's next. And we'll be right back. Game 3 of the Cheese Comp is here on Site Delta. Top left, it is Demerzel. And in the bottom right, it's a Zerg player, HyperONE. Like I said, he plays random. I don't know if he chose random for this game, but if he did, he went to Zerg. And I'm not entirely sure if Demerzel knows what race he is up against here today on Site Delta, but probe scouting is very common for Protoss. So there we go, and it's going to be a probe scout just to see what's going on here, and it's an early pool. It is a 13 pool here. Is it a 13-12 maybe? Nope. Just a, 12 pool or a 13 pool. Just 6 slowlings in Demerzel's future here. Yeah, so Probe says, I'm going to block your hatch. Wait, you're not trying to expand? Weird. Hang on a second. Comes on in. Sees what's going on and perfectly scouts this. So this is an issue where a Protoss player sees what's coming. Sees the cheese. The probe scout did its job. And now you're walling off low ground. You don't feel great about it. But if you wall properly, you can deal with the incoming Lings pretty easily. So gate. And then you've got time for this gate to finish and then get a cyber core. Man, do you want to forge or something? I don't know. Yeah. Oh! Ooh, this needs to be a hard wall, because I think HyperONE's going to try to drone drill. We have not seen this in a while. Who was that Zerg player that did that in a Premier Tournament first? The drone drill play. Oh, see, there's the hard wall. There's the hard wall. Yeah, where if there is something, if there's a gap here and like a zealot's holding it or a probe's holding it, you can mineral walk your drones through that and get right on in. But in this case, you can't drone drill because it's a hard wall. Oh my gosh, he's trying to drone drill. Woo! Stacking his drones to all attack that pylon. Sick move, and now he's in, and no, Demerzel messed up the wall. No, he messed it up. He needed that to be an airtight second level of defense. He didn't get it. If he had the second, oh man, if this was a second wall there, then this adept would have gone to work. Okay, probe's getting pulled down to deal with this, recognizing what a friggin' all in it is. Oh no, the gateway got depowered and the adept was like 2% from completion. Oh, Demerzel. Just an absolute comedy of problems here, and that's it. HyperONE gets the win. Oh, that's brutal. That hurts. That really, really hurts my soul. Okay. Well, that was, yeah, that was tough. It was a great scout by Demerzel. He hard-walled like he should have. But then when this pylon died, some beautiful drone stack drilling by HyperONE, though. That's not as easy to do as they made it look. So he stacks, attacks. Great timing with that. And then he tries to get the second wall up, but it's not airtight. Everybody gets through, and it's pretty much done at that point. Should have pulled probes as soon as it was clear this wasn't airtight. It was a little bit late on the probe pull. I don't think it would have made much of a difference. Maybe could have kept things alive long enough for an adept to get out. That could have helped, but what an all-in from HyperONE. Gets the win there. And it just goes to show, even if you scout it perfectly and you know what to do, you can mess up execution a tiny bit, and you can die to this kind of stuff. And it doesn't feel good. I can tell you that much. Not a happy camper here is Demerzel. So that's game 3. Yo, short one, but hey, short and sweet. I always say, hit that like button, subscribe. We're on Goldenaura, and top side, it's going to be our red Terran player. It is Chief from Frisco. Bottom side, from Trash Panda, it is Rocket, saying, good luck, have fun, friend. Chief says, thanks, you too. Got a Rocket Raccoon spinning portrait here, looking very, very good. And yeah, last year's Guardian of the Galaxy 3 movie was very, very good, I think. Very emotional, the characters were good, the story was good, it was funny. Maybe not as good as Guardians of the Galaxy 2, maybe? I don't like the ending of 1, but I don't know. I like those characters. Anyway, it's an early gas here from Chief. Early gas into barracks. Okay, fair enough. Rocket is walling off the top of Chief's ramp with a supply depot? What is going on here, man? Rocket always has the weirdest cheeses. This SCV says, hey, don't build a supply depot on my base. Who's gonna survive? Ooh, Chief wins. Chief wins the SCV contest here. And we've got 2 proxy barracks here from Rocket. So I think this is just here so we can't hard wall. But maybe we can lift the barracks inside and start producing Marines that way? So, bunker here. Making Marines too slow, says Rocket. And, but, what the heck? What? Rocket says, too slow. Chief takes that as an indication he's already lost the game. And he taps out. What the heck, dude? Look, man. Make a couple Marines. Put them in the bunker. And you'll be cool. You'll be good to go. I love this factory idea. Get a siege tank out. Get a cyclone out. Something will be good here against early Marine pressure. He doesn't even know about this. He doesn't even know this is here. What in all the name of that is holy? Why would you tap out at that point, man? Why? I mean, he's not making any Marines at all. He's going double gas, and he's trying to get a factory out. But seriously, like, make 2 Marines in a bunker. Just keep making Marines. Fill that bunker. You can do it. You can hold this. If the Marines try to run by, the bunker will kill them. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it from Chief. So GG, I guess. Tough loss from him. He decides he doesn't want to deal with it. And that's it. So, that was a weird one. Let's go back to another HyperONE replay, shall we? We're back on Goldenaura. Bottom right, RentToPwn. Great name for a Red Terran player. And in the top left, playing Zerg. Again, it is HyperONE. So this is an early drone moving out. Maybe it's going to be a proxy hatch here. I do like proxy hatches, and RentToPwn is sending out 3 SCVs, so it's going to be cheese versus cheese, maybe? Maybe this drone is just intending on scouting, but I kind of feel like HyperONE is going to throw down a proxy hatch. So proxy hatch versus proxied barracks. I know that it's... I know we don't see a proxy hatch, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like it's a proxy hatch. The drone says, no barracks? That's weird. Let me just go over to this corner of your base and throw down a hatchery. How's that sound? Great, there it goes. And 2 racks coming up on this proxy left side here. RentToPwn does not have enough money to make a 3rd racks quite yet. Might want to make a couple more SCVs. Nah, it's cool. Gonna get 3 racks up, no problem. He did not, I mean, he could have seen the drone come in, but where's your screen, right? Are you staring at these things as they're building, or did you see the drone come in and not leave? That's kind of a big deal. So now the problem for HyperONE is that Terran buildings can lift, and Zerg buildings can't lift. So this might be a bit of a build order loss here from HyperONE. If he's going to try to make things like Lings and Spines and maybe a couple Queens here, but Queens can't kill an orbital command fast enough. No, I mean, their anti-air attack is good, but orbitals have like 2,000 HP. That's not going to work out for you. This is good. I mean, the SCVs are still here, so I don't know if you're planning on building some bunkers with them or what. Either go home and mine with these, or build a supply depot because you're supply blocked. Almost supply blocked. That's also fine. I can support that. But seriously, are you going to try to get a bunker down? Are you bringing SCVs to body block for your Marines a little bit? And this is nuts. What's crazy here is that, yeah, HyperONE would just die. I think if these 5 Marines showed up right now, which they're trying to do, they're on the move out. And, okay, I want to see when RentToPwn recognizes what's happening here. We're going to go to his camera. There is creep that he can see if he goes back to his main base.
Our SCVs are under attack.
He's like, wait, what? Hold on, what? And he says, what do you have up here? And it's some drones. So, drones, yeah, getting surrounded by, or surrounding Marines a little bit here. Great micro. Pretty good micro, honestly. Let the SCVs attack. Yes, SCVs attack. Trying to get a spine crawler up here, that would be awesome, but unfortunately with like 5 Marines hammering at it, that's not going to happen. He's trying to get 3 roaches out. Cancel on the spine. Roaches do come out here. Hang on a second. Roaches trade pretty well against unupgraded Marines. Drones are going back to work here. HyperONE does not have a lot of cash remaining. RentToPwn GG's out. Oh, and HyperONE gets the win with the roaches coming out just in the nick of time. No income at all from RentToPwn, and there's a little bit of income from HyperONE. By that I mean his drones are off the line, but these roaches are doing pretty darn well against these Marines. SCVs could have been part of this battle a little bit earlier, I want to say, and he probably could have fought this out a little bit. But he's only got 2 Marines, and it is versus 2 roaches, and that's just not going to work out for him. When the Marines have stim and combat shield and upgrades, they will eat roaches for breakfast. But at this stage, not so much. So that's another short win here. This is a shorter cheese comp. Maybe some of these games get longer, but so far we've had nothing that's super long, which is good. Like I said, 7 minutes or under is the goal here, and these players have understood the assignment. So, yeah, end of the day there, 13 drones died, 8 SCVs, 11 Marines. 4 lings and a roach got killed with 2 roaches remaining. Not the biggest army in the world there from HyperONE, but enough. So let's keep this ball bouncing and get more cheese. What does Rocket have to say in a TVP, though? Top left, it is Rocket. Bottom right, it is TheFunkEOne, a blue Protoss. So, no Terran versus Terran. But, is it the same strategy? Build a supply depot at the top of the ramp. Proxy 2 barracks, maybe like right here, or maybe over here. Oh, it's an engineering bay block from Rocket to start off. Okay. Fair enough. NGB block and a TVP. Tales old as time. Gateway coming up right as soon as the pylon finishes. TheFunkEOne is a competent Protoss. So we will see if he can hold against Rocket's cheese. Alright, well, gonna 2-gate here is TheFunkEOne with no information. He doesn't know this is an engineering bay block. He can't see it. Rocket doesn't finish it either. He's gonna cancel that thing, but like, I don't know. He's getting a barracks at the top of the ramp. He's getting gas now. Like, everything's fine back home. He does make an extra supply depot here for no reason. I guess he's maybe worried about getting cannon rushed. He doesn't want a probe to get into his base, but you really don't need that hard wall, you know, at the minute 10 mark. You just don't. But you're not going to get supply blocked anytime soon, so I guess that's handy. Anyway, when the barracks finishes, you upgrade to an orbital, or, I mean, if you finish the engineering bay, you can planetary fortress that main. Cybernetics core here to block the Reaper hop-up spot. We're just making a couple zealots. We know about this yet? No, still doesn't. Making 2 zealots in the early game PvT is a weird decision from TheFunkEOne. What is your plan here, sir? What are you trying to do? Okay, Reaper out. You're one-basing me, huh? Says Rocket, who is also one-basing, hilariously. So 1 base to 1 base. Double engineering bay back here. Rocket, what are you doing? Hey, the zealots moved out, saw the engineering bay, canceled, got 94 of his minerals back. Sweet. And going for warp gate, working on a couple more zealots. Ooh, you know, like mass charge lot? Ooh, it is. It's a Twilight Council. And a forge for upgrades, like a +1 charge lot timing attack off of 1 base. I kind of like this idea. Kind of like this idea. So Rocket, oh, there we go. Reaper comes in, sees what's going on, sees the Twilight Council, sees the Zealot count. Says, you are never actually killing me with zealots. You know that, right? I mean, I'm probably never killing you because you guys have 1,000,000 HP and shields and stuff, but seriously. You didn't even block the Reaper hop-up spot properly. Good times. So, yep, extra racks coming down here from Rocket, going for a 3-raxer. Double engineering bay. Like it's a 1-1 kind of a thing here, or I don't know what the double engineering bay is for. One's like a planetary. That's fun. Yeah, this has got to be. It's got to be. Yep, charge getting researched. Forge not being used to get a +1 or something. +1 attack, +1 armor, something cool. What the heck? He throws down a Stargate? But also where? Oh. Okay, he proxies a Stargate up here at the top side of the map. 2 Stargates at the top side of the map. So like a Void Raid charge lot, kind of an all-in here off of 1 base from TheFunkEOne. I sort of like this idea. The Forge is entirely just used for cannons. Instead of, you know, giving your Zealots a little more survivability, which would be very cool. So Factory's not being used for anything. Concussive Shell is on the way here from Rocket, which is neat and all. Come on, make something with your Stargate. I know you don't have a lot of gas. An Oracle, great. Oracle's wonderful, but there's already turret in the mineral line. with the Borderlands skin here. Alright, Zealot's moving out. Charge is done. I mean, I like the idea of doing a charge lot attack at the front and sneaking the backside with the oracles, but like I said, there's a turret here. One turret is surprisingly good against oracles. So you're like, alright, let's see how fast your repair reflex time is here, Rocket. Coming on in. Coming on in. Can you save both of them, lads? No, definitely not. So, nope, that doesn't happen. Nope, Marine dead. Marauder dead. SCV's dead. This is great. I mean, Zealots are dying a little bit here, but by that I mean one Zealot has died. And then the Oracles swing in. Ow! Repair on the missile turret is not good enough. Oh no, Rocket! Oh no, Rocket! Rocket. Nope. Kill the Marines. And that's it. Rocket says, I knew it! Did you know it? Okay, this planetary is actually putting in some work here. You laughed at Rocket for getting a planetary in his main base, didn't you? You did. You totally laughed at him. You shouldn't have. Because it was genius. This Oracle just needs a little bit more energy. You need some more... Oh, sending some Void Rays over. I like that idea. Rocket not supply blocked. He's got a siege tank up here. Marines chasing the Oracle away. One Oracle can burn down a couple Marines. They really struggle with about 5 to 6 Marines. Stalker is wandering over. Chrono boosting out those Voiders would be hot. There's energy for Chrono Boost too. Like seriously, the fastest. Rocket says it is a good strat. Oh. Yeah, so one basing me, I knew it. Yeah, so he knew it was a one base attack. Turret is up. I know it's not over, says the funky one. Stalkers bringing a little bit of range to this party, hacking away on that tech lab. So siege tanks aren't great. Don't get dragged into this. Do not get dragged into this. Kill the tech lab. Call it a day. There we go. Easy peasy. Okay, tech lab gone. Marines want to come out here and engage. No, they don't. They really don't want to engage there. Okay, fine. Widow Mine is up. Gonna try to get a new tech lab on the left side here. Void Rays. Blah. Oracle tries to swing back in. Turret shuts that down. But what do you have against 2 Void Rays? Ah! See, we're at 7 minutes, and that's okay. Because this is exciting. It's one base to one base. He who's most cost efficient. Dude, it's 29 to 6 army supply. This definitely should be a funky one win. But at the same time, planetaries are good. Revelation gets tossed down. Just, you know, see what we're dealing with here. Void Rays swinging around the outside, going after the factory would be very cool, too. He's got extended... He upgraded the building armor plus bunker capacity. Siege tank dies. That's hilarious. Yeah. Stalker count intense. And like at some point, the Void Rays go prismatic alignment, burn down this bunker, sit over here, take down the planetary, and we call it a day, right? Void Ray, pretty good unit, man. Remember in the early days of Wings of Liberty when Void Rays, the longer they attacked a target, they charged up and did more damage? I want to go back and watch some of those old games on Metalopolis where Void Rays would charge up on rocks and then move into the enemy base. Whack. Oh, okay. We're going to try to repair this barracks. Ooh, high-sec auto-tracking? Yes, of course there's high-sec auto-tracking. Prismatic alignment! Your Void Rays! For the love of all that is holy, the funky one. You're making Void Rays. You need to prismatic align. It doesn't matter. Funky one gets the win. Rocket sent in a loss. What a scholar and a gentleman. Now you know. You see Rocket in the name of a replay. You know, hey, it's not necessarily a win. Could definitely be a loss. That's a GG. That was, man, so good. Like really, really, really so good there. That was fun. Planetary Fortress can't save you from everything. But what it can save you from are Stalkers and Zealots to a certain level, but Void Rays are a problem. So yeah, GG. I mean, one base. I like it. I like the charge lot attack at the front. The oracles in the back. It would have been a win, except that turret was up for rocket. So nice job by him. All right, neat. So that's game whatever it is. We got more cheese down the pipe. So hope you're enjoying it. I'm having fun. It's Ghost River. Top left, HyperONE. Red Terran. Top right, krikara, a blue Terran player. All right, man. TVT Cheese usually features proxy racks, but it doesn't always. Maybe a battlecruiser rush, maybe mass cyclones, maybe mass reapers. We will have to see. Anyway, hope you're having a fun time with this. If you want to support the channel, you can by becoming a member of it by clicking the join button down below. For as little as $2 a month, gives you access to using emojis in live game chat, in your comments, gives you a little special badge next to your name when you comment on the channel too. Pretty cool stuff. And there's also Patreon, patreon.com/falconpaladin. Honestly, if you want to support me for a monthly way, Patreon's probably the best way. They only take about 3% of your donation for fees for themselves. I've been with them for so long, I'm grandfathered in on an old deal that they gave when they were kind of new. And as a result, I've got a nice deal with them. YouTube takes, I don't know, 30% of your donation and your pledge if you want to do like a super chat or a membership here. But you know, some people just like YouTube. They like it more than Patreon. So they prefer YouTube, and that's where they do it. It's cool. So hard walling up here with a 2 racks opening, but also, oh, hang on, 1 gas. It was almost a double gas. HyperONE thought better of it, went for a 3rd racks instead. So 3 racks, oh, then gets the 2nd gas, fine. So there is a 2nd gas here. Krikara is making their own 2nd racks down here to the south. And, oh, what did I say about Mass Reaper? This is a 2 racks Reaper. It's not necessarily Mass Reaper, but both players are making 2 Reapers at the same time, which is very fun. You guys remember that like 10 minutes on the ladder when there was a patch where every TVT was 5 racks Reaper versus 5 racks Reaper, and it was dumb? I remember. It was just clown fiesta, man. TVT was absolutely bonkers. Factory follow-up from krikara. No such thing from HyperONE. He's building a bunker inside the enemy's natural base. He's making Reapers as fast as his little heart can produce them. Trying to distract a little bit so this bunker does go down. Yeah, this is dicey because there's nothing to protect this dude. I mean, krikara comes down here, kills the SCVs, no bunker for you, and the strategy struggles a bit. So now there's Reapers inside a bunker. Right? I guess. Still making Reapers is krikara. Still has no idea this bunker is here, but there's 3 Reapers in it, hilariously. Expanding is HyperONE. And continuing to produce nothing but Reapers. It's like, chase me down. Chase me down this ramp. It'll be fun. Krikara's like, no, it's probably a trap down there. And it is. But you don't know that. You haven't seen it or anything. Starport is coming in from krikara. Dude, like a single Banshee would sort of just straight up win the game at this point. Unless HyperONE is transitioning into Marines right now, which he very well could be. He's getting his own factory. He is tech labbing up 2 of his barracks and reactoring the other one. So probably upgrades for Marines, maybe a couple Marauders in there too. Marauders trade super well against Reapers, like insanely well against Reapers. Oh, almost delayed construction. Ow, loses a Reaper on that starport, but loses a Reaper instead. And once again, krikara has... Oh, krikara came down and saw the bunker. krikara did the thing. Excellent. Krikara's getting a siege tank to set up right here and deal with that bunker. Very annoyingly. And hop up. Go for it. There you go. Trying to kill a couple SCVs and then hopping down. Ooh, catching a siege tank shot. Not what you want to do. KD8 charge. Little bits of damage there. Yeah, into Marine production now, into his own siege tank. So, yeah. Not looking great for HyperONE here. Siege tanks are sort of the answer to this whole darn thing. really not sure why that siege tank unsieged. Just keep killing the bunker, and if he wants to keep repairing it, that's fine. HyperONE does not have a lot of cash available. KD8 charges coming down, but 2... Yeah, you can't... There you go. Can't repair through 2 siege tanks firing, I'm afraid. Saving grace from HyperONE is that he does have a second base, though. So that's wonderful news from him. Combat shield finishing up. Stim finishing up from our guy. Any sign of starport or medevacs for him, which would be really nice? No. So the follow-up is Marine Siege Tank. Krikara's trying to go Reaper Siege Tank. I'd say Marine Siege Tank is better. Although, medevac might turn the tide here, too. Oh, and we pull the boys. Okay, or do we pull the boys? We sort of, kind of pull the boys, question mark? I love this. HyperONE's like, and macro games are not for me today. We're doing cheese. He just comes right on in. Siege Tank gets a shot off before it dies. Blech. It's, oh my gosh, these Marines are horribly outnumbered here. Just by siege tanks and Marines alone, tries to take the high ground and say, bring it. Ah, but there are more Marines. More Marines. 20 Marines from HyperONE. Only 6 from krikara. And we pull the SCVs. Medevac healing stuff up. Siege tanks firing away. Marines try to burn down. Good target fire there on the enemy siege tank. SCVs getting obliterated. One SCV tried to kill that tank. That would have been super, super rad. High ground siege tank from krikara. Gonna be a tough ask here. It's 25 to 15 workers. HyperONE has a lead, but a lot of his SCVs are over here. He does force a lift off. Krikara makes the decision that, nope, can't handle this. Cannot handle this kind of an attack. Let's go ahead and lift the orbital. Go back to being a one base friendo. Okay, so 1 base to 2 base, not ideal. Some SCVs did stay home from HyperONE. He's got 2 orbitals calling down mules at 2 separate bases. Siege tanks. He wants to... Yes, he does get a couple shots on that high ground siege tank. And GG, HyperONE gets the win. That was close. That was really dicey for him. I mean, yes, he had a second base, right? That's going to help a lot against a 1-basing Terran, but if he can't bust up this ramp, all this stuff dies. These tanks are still a problem, I guess, but still, there would be a high ground siege tank here dealing with these low ground siege tanks, but nice job busting up the ramp, letting these tanks get the vision on that high ground siege tank, killing it, and then, bam, suddenly, HyperONE's got 6 Marines inside your main. There's really nothing to stop this at all. Vikings aren't going to trade well. There's nothing to stop these Marines from getting right on top of those SCVs, and that's it. So GG. One more cheese game ready to rock. Let's see what it looks like next. And holy cannoli, it's more HyperONE. Bottom left, it is a red Terran. He has a barcode. And the top right, it is HyperONE. So TVT shenanigans here for us on Crimson Court. It's a very, very narrow strip here on Crimson Court. If you want to expand to the sides, you need to kill some rocks, or alternatively, you can mine through these rich mineral fields. So, HyperONE says, I don't want to expand to the left or the right because I want to do a proxy here. Proxy barracks coming up. And by that I mean, there you go. 150 minerals required to get a barracks. And there's the play. So barcode getting a barracks on the top of the ramp. 1 gas here. Very, very safe. Very standard. HyperONE is not building barracks. He's building a barracks back home. And then he starts building barracks down here. He's really, really worried. He's doing that really super fast hard wall at the top of his ramp. I guess maybe a little bit worried that he is going to deal with like an SCV rush or something, which would be hilarious. And, I don't know, not particularly good. Yeah, that's one of the rules about the cheese comp is don't send worker rushes unless they are interesting in some way. HyperONE really, really wants enough money. I guess it's just to avoid a scout too, right? Don't get in here. Don't see my lack of gas. Don't see my lack of orbital. Don't see my lack of factory. Don't see my lack of more barracks. Don't try to scout for these proxies because they don't exist, friend. Yeah, so Reaper coming in on this map. Can hop up over here. There's a Reaper hop-up spot. It is marked as such. Is he going to pull more of the boys? He's been pretty heavily pulling the boys today. Wouldn't be surprised that's what it is. SCV gets a scout off, sees the factory is coming up. Says, there's a siege tank at the top of that ramp. That's going to be tough to deal with. Barcode is expanding without really having any information at all about what's going on there. And this, again, should be a tell. If your opponent hardwalls this fast, there's something going on. I would honestly not expand myself until I was feeling very safe. A bunker, maybe 2 siege tanks just to be extra safe. He does pull the boys. Not all of them, right? He leaves 5 SCVs back home and a mule. And says, here we go. Let's make a move out. See what we can see here. And it's 11-3 army supplies. So, Barcode kind of skimped on making army. Unfortunately for him. The repair is too late. Pulls his own SCVs. Here goes nothing. And yeah, this is a stutter step into victory for HyperONE. Yep. This is just another example of if you scout your opponent hardwalling that early, especially as a Terran, they're hiding something from you, Bob. They really are. What are you focusing on here? Tank pops out. Doesn't actually get targeted, but God, so many workers have died. But guess what? So many workers have died from HyperONE too. Woo! All right. The repair on the tank. 7 kills, siege tank. And HyperONE GG's out. That should not have been a win. That absolutely should have been a HyperONE win there. But at the end of the day, what it came down to was that siege tank popping out, not getting target fired, and the repair on the siege tank, it getting 7 kills. And bam, that's it. It's 2 bases from Barcode, 1 base from HyperONE. Yeah, he's got some SCVs back here, but double mules is huge in a situation like this. Yeah, so never mind. I guess you don't have to scout if you're just going to go ahead and deal with everything with a siege tank. That'll make it happen. So yeah, 11 Marines and 10 SCVs died. 21 SCVs died from Barcode, a Reaper, and 2 Marines. But that hero siege tank was a hero. Definitely a hero. Okay, well, that's it. That is it for the cheese compilation for May 2024. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun for me. That was awesome. All right, so GG. And that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.